So awesome. All right. Well, whew, I am going to do my best to keep my energy levels up, you guys, because it has been a whirlwind. Oh my gosh. Brian and I obviously were at Global Convention in Salt Lake City, Utah. What an incredible event. And we're going to be hearing actually from some folks that were um, that attended Global with us and really just kind of hear their highlights and speakers and messages that they were able to take home. But um, we spent, yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Global Convention. Saturday, we checked out some volleyball, and then Sunday night, we went and had dinner. We had a mastermind, actually. You may or may not know who Rob Sperry or Brian Fryer are, but we made an investment into ourselves, into an elite leaders lab earlier this year. And so we all went out to dinner Sunday night. And then yesterday, we sat in Rob's basement with a bunch of other leaders, not just with our company, but across the industry. People who are making multiple seven figures. It was pretty phenomenal, and masterminded all day. It was fantastic. So we are mentally drained. We are physically drained. We got on a flight at midnight last night. Got home here in Sarasota, Florida around 6 a.m. just in time to be able to get Austin off to school and then start with our day and do all the things. And so if you're lucky enough to be able to see what's on the screen here, we're just sharing a couple of the pictures that I took while at the event. There were so many pictures and so many videos of our very own team members walking across the stage. I mean, being recognized for rank advancements, being recognized for diamond sellers, being recognized for earning the Alaska trips. Oh my gosh. And even our very own Joel Breneman on our team was actually asked to speak from stage. Sarah says that she can't see a screen or any pictures.
Yeah, it's being shared. So
Yeah, it's being shared. Sorry about that, Sarah. I mean, I can
she
see
said,
it.
never
I don't
mind, I can
know.
see it now.
Okay. All right. I can see it now. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it was just, I can't fit all the pictures on here, but it truly, I really enjoy these events because not only is it an opportunity for us all to come together, um, and we don't get to see each other that often all in person, but it's an opportunity for us to celebrate each other and celebrate our wins and really cheer one another on. And really just encourage us to have a bigger vision, encourage us to dream bigger, right? To stop playing small and to think about the possibilities. And so anyway, Joel Brenneman, he crushed it from stage. Brian and I also had the honor of being able to present from stage as well, which is always, always humbling when the company asks you to go ahead and do that. And so, long story short, we're going to give you kind of the Cliff Note version because let's be honest, if you've been to an event or you were there, you know that we cannot put into words just the emotion and the energy and everything that you get out of these events. And so, I guess just to first kick it off, we've got, I believe, if you haven't already heard, the company has brought back a brand new Axio flavor. It is the peach nectarine. Nectarine. So this was actually an LTO that they brought out, I want to say a summer or two ago. People raved about it. They brought it out in the tubs. It's sold out really, really quickly, actually. And people have been asking for it ever since. They're like, come on, you guys, you got to bring it back. So peach nectarine is officially now part of our regular lineup, our Axio lineup. And so it is a decaf version, which I actually think is pretty cool. So we actually have three caffeine flavors now. We have the red raspberry, the purple grape, and now we have the peach nectarine, which is again, it's one of my favorites. And so that it started.
And they
Yeah.
had a set taste test two other
Oh my
decaf
gosh. Yes,
flavors,
they did.
and one of them was the best Axio flavor I've ever tasted in my life.
So good.
It was so good. And they didn't tell you what it was or what it was flavored
No.
with, but man, it tasted good. So that was my vote. I voted multiple times for that one.
So we know something's coming. We just don't know what it officially is. But I'll tell you, it knocked my socks off in a good
But
way. I was
yeah, this peach. I mean, peach is one of my favorite. I mean, it's probably my top three, if not top
Yeah.
two flavors of Actio. So I'm extremely
just in time
happy
for
that
summer.
this is now a permanent flavor.
Yep, starting today, actually. So you can go in there, you could place a one-time order, you can start adding it to your subscriptions, but it is available today. So one of the things that they actually did was they opened up convention with your story activated. It's a brand new video, and it's really set up to help you kind of tell the story of how lives can be changed with a LifeVantage business. And so I know there was only a handful of you that were from our team there that were able to see it, but I wanted to actually share that video with you this evening. Okay. It's actually on your replicated website. You can go there, or you can even go now to hub.lifevantage.com and you can see that video there. And the idea is that you can use this video as a tool. Use it as a way to maybe pique someone's curiosity, right? Get them a little bit of a taste or a feel for what the company is about and truly our culture. Because at the end of the day, it's about making connections and it's about making changes and an impact in people's lives. And so I have the link in there, Brian. You should be able just to.
Yeah, let me stop share because I got to turn the sound on for the.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It would be like a.
so no, let me bring it up here.
Okay. I know you saw it already, Paulette, but.
Yeah, so this is on everybody's replicated site as well. So let me do this.
So in case you're wondering, you're going to go to your replicated website, right? And you're going to click on, where is it? You're going to click on, I thought it was on the.
There's a picture. It looks like a video on your, as soon as you go to your homepage of your website, there's a little video and you click on that and it takes you to all the videos. And this is one of the videos. It's at the very bottom on there.
Oh, yeah. Where it says more than supplementation, it's activation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's right on the main page.
So here it is on the hub. So let's play it from
click on that and scroll down and it's right there.
Yeah. So come on. There we go. I guess that's about the page. Okay, I'm going to play it.
Okay.
This is a story about hope. A story about possibility. About choosing something more for your health, your finances, and your future. A company dedicated to activation. Activating financial opportunity and activating health. But more than anything, this is a story about you. Entrepreneurs, hustlers, practitioners, content creators, change makers, business owners, people just like you, who dare to dream big, who have the courage to take control, connect, and create something with real impact.
The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined.
Paychecks are coming in through LifeVantage, and I'm just so thankful.
LifeVantage has helped me take control of my energy. I'm 18 times more effective. It's an activator.
At the heart of this story is network marketing, a model rooted in connection, trust, and sharing. Sharing what you love, what works, what inspires, and building a sales organization dedicated to doing the same. It's a model where the impact goes far beyond what a single post or person can do.
The flexibility that this business has provided us is allowing us to earn a living, but allow us to still live our lives. And I love that our business can work around our life versus our life working around our business.
Now, in a traditional job, you're just trading your time for money, and that's very limited. Once you understand leverage income and how it works and what it can provide for you, it just opens your eyes to all the different possibilities and the different options that are truly available to you.
When people are searching for more flexibility, more meaning, and more time, LifeVantage is helping people of every background find success by sharing activation. To understand the impact of activation, it's important to understand where it all started. And it started with a question. Could we activate the body to make the things it needs for health? From that question, research. From that research, a formula. And from that formula, a discovery. Protandim NRF2 Synergizer.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough.
Protandim NRF2 was a revolutionary product. Instead of approaching health as symptom management or supplementation, scientists found a very specific blend of ingredients that activated your body's production of antioxidants. Antioxidants way more powerful than anything you could supplement with. The only problem, no one knew it was out there. So, LifeVantage did something different, turning to network marketing, a channel focused on connection and word-of-mouth sharing, to help give Protandim a voice, to help people understand what it was doing in the body, to help explain the significant role it was having on health and aging.
So when this came into my life, it just really transformed and it just opened my mindset, like to what's available, what's accessible, how our bodies work, what our bodies are capable of. It just really opened my mind and I am so grateful. I literally just started to think about everyone in my life that could benefit from it.
Protandim worked, and people felt it. So LifeVantage paid consultants to share it, and others joined to do the same. The idea took hold. And for more than 15 years, LifeVantage has been activating financial opportunity and health around the globe, all while continuing to advance the science of activation with other products you take to help your body make what it needs to thrive.
I truly think that anyone can be successful here. You know, and you can't say that about all career opportunities.
I didn't realize that something like this even existed. And so that's really exciting and motivating for us in the beginning.
There is space here for everyone looking to make life better. That's why our goal this year is to introduce thousands of new earners to the power of activation.
I started my journey with LifeVantage on the 11th of March, shortly after I was displaced from my current place of work, because I needed an income, right? And not only did I need an income, I already used LifeVantage products. So I was like, why the heck would I not do this? And I wake up and get paychecks from LifeVantage already, you guys.
It's easy to get started. Sign up, establish your business link, and you're on your way. Commissions start from your very first sale. There's no waiting, no crazy minimums to meet, zero inventory. Your earnings just keep growing as you do.
Running a traditional business, I thought that was the only way, right? So when I came to LifeVantage, it was like, okay, so I don't have to buy inventory. Wow. Okay, I don't have to have all this extra cost. I could concentrate on what I really wanted, which is connecting with people, sharing the vision, sharing my passion, caring about others.
It's all about connecting with people. You can find new customers and business partners anytime, anywhere.
私から伝わったカスタマーさんが変化を起こしたときに、もうとにかく嬉しいっていう、もうライフバンテージの製品に自信を持っているので、変化が起きるっていうのはもう確信しているところなんですけれども、やっぱりご本人様からその喜びの声が届くっていうところに、最高の喜びを感じています。
Knowing that this is a team effort, knowing that they're now going to go and impact so many more people, it's just one of the best things. It's almost hard to describe, but it's my passion. It's actually helping other people step into this platform and going and creating success.
Some of the hardest times in my life have happened since I've been in LifeVantage. And the biggest blessing that came from that was that I could pivot and be there for my family. The checks kept coming in. I don't know where else you can get that. There are very few industries that allow you to have that.
It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter what life you had before. You can have everything that you deserve to have, and you get to have people cheer you on in the process.
Everything about LifeVantage, everything about this industry just fulfills my soul.
One person can change the world by giving people hope.
So that's where our stories come together. LifeVantage and you. Learning, growing, sharing, cheering for each other, and making a difference. Whatever your reason, whatever your why, Activation makes it possible. We invite you to join us. Let's write the next chapter of this story together.
All right, what'd you guys think? What'd you think? Drop a 10 in the chat if you were if you've seen that video, if you like that video.
No, it's pretty cool. You probably recognized a few people in that video, and I'm sure you understood the Japanese lady and everything she had to say there.
I know for those who were on Zoom, you weren't able to read the captions, but but again, we're a global company, right? We're attracting all walks of life. Again, it doesn't matter, you know, who you are, your background, as I said, and where you've come from. It really just matters, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to impact? What do you want to be known for? Right? This is such an incredible opportunity. And I think that we grossly undersell the opportunity that's before us. We're so focused on knowing all the products and all the science and all the studies and all the things. And it's like, at the end of the day, I just want to know, how is this going to impact me? How is this going to change my life? How is my future going to be better and different? Should I say yes to this? Because that's all people want to know. They want to know, you know, can I do this and is it worth it? That's it. They just want to know, can I do this and is it worth it? I mean, again, global convention, there was a shift. And I don't know, and I'll probably even I'm probably gonna call on you, Paulette. So just get ready. But like I felt like there was a different kind of energy. That all the events are always incredible, let's be honest. But there was a different kind of shift that happened at this global convention. The speakers were just top notch. The caliber of the speakers, I was blown away. The amount of training that they shared with us and the stories and their hearts and their vulnerability, while also telling us how to build businesses. I love that. You know, we weren't having someone stand up there all day and saying, hey, you got to build your business on social media if you want to have success, because that's not true. It doesn't matter whether you're going to build online or going to build offline. You can have a successful business. Now, whether that means for you being successful is just paying for your products, awesome. Maybe you want to make an extra $500 a month. Maybe you have a desire to reach the executive ranks or higher in this company. The bottom line is whatever your desire is, you have it. Our products are bulletproof. Nobody needs to, you know, if someone doesn't want to agree with you, then so be it. Let them keep walking, right? They're not your people.
It was said from stage a few times. Dr. Brett Bremhall quoted, he said, our products are not on trial.
Yep.
That was said multiple times. The products have been proven over and over again. So the product's not on trial. And when he was on stage and said that again, he said, the products aren't on trial, but you are. And what he meant by that is, you know, what are you going to do with this? You know, because there's so many possibilities. And what you can do with this opportunity, whether it be helping people, whether it be, you know, creating more financial options for yourself, whether it be changing your own health, and all the above, right? All the above. And so, you know, so what he's saying is you're on trial here because you've got to decide, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this opportunity? Because there's just so many possibilities and so much you can do with the products and the opportunity for other people as well.
Yeah. Julie Boyster says, she said, the question isn't who's going to stop you, or I'm sorry, the question isn't who's going to let you, it's who's going to stop you. Right. And I thought that was pretty impactful. And honestly, oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I probably took more notes at this global convention than I have the last couple events combined. So, but anyway, what else? So I had the story on there. I wanted to make sure we went ahead and shared the video.
Let me,
we can go back to that in a minute. I want to hear from a couple people who were actually at Global. So Paulette, you were at Global. You want to take yourself off mute? I don't know if you need to unmute her there.
Yes, I was.
I'll let you keep- Wonderful. Thank you so much. I would love for you to kind of share with us what was your biggest takeaway? What was the one thing maybe that resonated with you or that spoke to you?
Well, I have been in for 12 years and my business has gone vroom, 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 and I'm on that climb now, so don't stop. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't ride. Don't look down. Just keep going now. And then the other thing, I wondered if they had planned it because almost every person said, be yourself. Be true to who you are when you're talking to people, and people will receive it so much better. Don't practice to do it like somebody else. Be yourself, be authentic. So I guess that would be the two biggest things for me.
Yeah, that was a common thread. I mean, you're right. I didn't think about that, but a lot of people were talking about that. And I forget the famous quote. I forget who said it, but they, just be yourself because everybody else is taken anyway. So it's you have more success in this business if you be yourself versus trying to be someone else. And it took me a long time to learn that because early on I was trying to mimic my mentors. And I really had to find my own voice and let my own personality and my traits come out. So I love that you said that, Paulette.
No,
I saw Janet's on there as well. Do you want to?
Yeah, Janet's on there. I'm sure Marlon's there too. Maybe we'll have to get him to talk too. But
yeah, Marlon's might be in a big rig somewhere. So
that's true. He might be on the road. So
yeah, Janet, what about you? What was your big takeaway?
Janet and Marlon actually earned the Alaskan cruise. They got to walk across stage for earning the Alaskan cruise. So congratulations to them. So are you able to take yourself off of mute, Janet?
You might have to swipe there's a button that says unmute on there somewhere, Janet.
Just trying to figure it out on the phone.
Here, I'm gonna prompt you to unmute. So let's see if this works.
She's touching her screen. She's touching her screen.
I can see it. I can see your finger.
You're welcome, Sherry. Thanks for being on here. Appreciate that. She's still trying to figure it out. Well, I know someone else who's I thought, I don't know if we have I don't know who else might be on the phone. I don't know.
Sarah's on there.
Sarah's on here. That's right. Sarah made a last minute decision to go ahead and join us here at Global Convention. She figured it out, right? Why don't you take yourself off mute and kind of share with us one of the more impactful moments for you or speakers' messages?
Okay. I was going through my book and I think I took more notes than I ever have before. So I was just trying to pick out a few that stood out to me, and I already have a page and a half written down and I'm like a fourth way through the book. So I'm just going to read off a little bit what I wrote down that I want to do more. Look at your numbers and figure out how many Healthy Glow Stack or Vitality Stack customers someone needs to get to 500 and customer sales, 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000, because that's when they qualify for the bonuses. And people don't need a perfect plan; they need a spark. And I want to start inviting all my local consultants, just like to out for coffee like once a month or to my house once a month, just to so they can get to know each other, because I think if they get to know each other, then they can start building friendships, and then we can start maybe that'll encourage a spark in the business. And customers add to your volume, but consultants multiply your growth. I hadn't really thought about that. I knew about it. I knew that, but it didn't click before. Getting a customer or a consultant isn't the action, it's the result. Exposure and engagement is the process to the result. And God
Yeah.
has a bigger dream and impact and plan than we have comprehended. And to talk more about the business, Tyler Daniels talked Saturday morning about compensation plan. And he said, even if you just talk about the customer sales bonus, and like level 1 and 2 of the level bonuses, he said he knows like you could get consultants just by talking about that. And then let me find one more thing. I really liked what Dr. Brett said, that he didn't realize that what he was looking for would be found in a network marketing company. And I really agree with that. Like, I never thought doing a network marketing business would be like this. But I guess all companies are different, and LifeVantage is the best, I guess. But yeah,
You
just the
guess.
community, just the community of people. And when Tyler was talking about the compensation plan, before he started talking about that, Jake Hines said that, there's some companies who are shutting down. And he said, here we are trying to educate you on how to get the most money, with this business. And I wasn't planning to go to convention because March 10th, my 3-year-old daughter broke her collarbone. And conventions are my favorite part of the year. And so it was really a bummer for me to give up convention, but I'm a mom first. So that's something I would have, sacrificed. But then about 3 weeks ago, I was talking with my husband, and he said if I get a sitter for the kids for Thursday and Friday, then he's totally cool with if I go to convention. So I got a sitter and I went to convention, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was great that you made that last minute decision. I know Rudy Lee and his wife made a last minute decision to be there, and a lot of other people, committed early on. But all of you should be celebrated for making the choice and being there to get the information. I think Janet's got herself up mute. Janet, you there?
Yay, she does.
Oh yes, techie me, right? I had to go into settings and turn on the microphone and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. So what was your big takeaway for you, Merlin?
Well, I won't speak for him. He's in bed. But I would say short and sweet would be action. You can talk all day long, you can learn all day long, but until you take action, there's no growth. So that was my top takeaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all in the doing. I mean, again, think about it. This year is the drive era. This is the drive era, right? We're not sitting in the passenger seat anymore, you guys. You have the keys to the car. You're putting yourself in that driver's seat. You get to put the pedal to the metal, full throttle, and you get to run this business. And again, it doesn't mean that you're not going to hit roadblocks. It doesn't mean it might get messy. It doesn't mean that you might make mistakes along the way. That's going to happen. But as long as you continue to do those things and make progress, that's what it's about. And that was that just everyone kept talking about that. Be authentic to who you are, stay in your lane, don't compare yourself to other people, and you've got to take that action. That action is, the more action you take, the more confidence you're going to have. The more confidence you have, the more people you're going to talk to. And you're going to wind up talking to somebody who is going to have been looking for what we have. That's the bottom line. But if you're too busy getting hung up and worried about what other people are going to think, and, so-and-so's business is doing great over here, but mine isn't doing so great. And you start comparing yourself and having self-doubt, and all that stuff starts to creep in, you're going to stall. You're going to run out of gas. You're not going to go anywhere, right? And we don't want that for you. Nobody wants anybody to be stalling. We want you guys to be full throttle, and really driving, being focused, taking control of your business, right? So at the end of the day, in my opinion, like we said, the products aren't on trial. The compensation pays you. Oh my gosh. The reality is that, so we talked to Tyler. We had a whole conversation with Tyler Daniels actually after he did his training session. And he was blown away by the number of people who truly just didn't know how we got paid. Right? Like for some of you, you could probably sit there and rattle off half the studies that Pratanum offers and give me all the science explanations and the ingredients and this, that, and the other, right? But if I went ahead and asked you how much money you would earn if you enrolled someone who enrolled someone, would you have an answer to that question? Right? It's nuts. This is your business, own your business. If you had a brick and mortar business, you would know how much everything costs. And you would be writing that down because you want to know what you need to do in order to break even and actually start making a profit. So do the same thing with your business. Treat it like that business. I mean, it just blew us away. And so, we realized that there's a gap there. There's a gap there. We spend so much time, go out and collect customers. Well, customers are great, but customers can go just as quickly as they come in. And I like that Sarah kind of talked about that, right? What was it that you said? You said something about consultants, but or if you have consultants, they're going to help your business grow exponentially, right? Because what you're doing is you have multiple people that are all out there sharing the same message instead of it all being on your shoulders.
Yeah, and that it brings me to something because yesterday I didn't hear this, but I think it does what we do in network marketing and we do here at LifeVantage justice. And I know a lot of you are very faith driven, and so there's something called the parable of the talents in Matthew 25. And it's a story about this master who entrusts his servants with money before he leaves on a journey. And two of the three servants, they invest those talents or the money, and they double them, while the third buries his head and does nothing. And upon the master's return, he rewards the first two and condemns the third, highlighting the importance of using what has been given to them wisely. And the meaning, when you look up the meaning of this parable, it emphasizes the importance of using one's abilities and resources to the best of one's ability for the glory of God. It also highlights the concept of stewardship, the responsible and accountable use of God's gifts. The parable warns against laziness and fear, which can prevent one from using their God-given talents. And I thought, after kind of reading that story, and if you haven't read that, go to Matthew 25, read that for yourself, because I think it emphasizes what we talked about before, that what we truly have is a gift for others. And if you squander this, then you're kind of squandering, one of God's gifts to other people, and he may be using you to get those gifts into their hands. So I think that's a great tale, and I think that's a good reminder that when we're given something as special as this, that we make the best use of it so we can go out there and solve other people's problems with this. This isn't about money grabbing. This isn't about accolades. This isn't about, some of those things that some people look down on network marketing for. This is truly about being a servant leader and about going out there and helping others. And so I think that's a good story to remind people of when we talk about this business.
Nicely said, babe.
Yeah, thanks.
Look at you. No, that was great. I see a lot of phone numbers, so I don't necessarily know who all else is dialed in. I don't know if
Yeah, do you want to jump back to the slide deck and hit
Yeah, so obviously, again, we can't bottle up the emotions and the feeling and the stories and the tears and the laughter that we experienced at Global, which is why you just need to be there. You just need to be there. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and mark your calendars. There is a virtual event that's going to take place in July. That is a free event. If you literally go to your LifeVantage website, you scroll down to the bottom and you click on View All Events, you can register for the July virtual event free of charge. We always talk about watch parties. We'll talk a little bit about that on another call, really how to have a successful watch party, right? And really have a call to action after that. But the big event, the last in-person event from a LifeVantage corporate standpoint is going to be October. It's going to be the October Momentum Academy. It's what, October 24th and 25th, Brian? Is that right?
It is. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it.
24th and 25th. It's a Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday. You can come in. If you're an MC 3 and above, then there is a leadership meeting that's going to happen Thursday night or Thursday at 2:00 in the afternoon. The schedules are all online as well, you guys. The hotel, it's actually going to be held at a hotel. This is a smaller venue. It's held at a hotel. The hotel is actually like a resort type hotel.
There's a water park there.
There's a water park there and stuff on site as well, which is really cool. So anyway, be sure, but get yourself registered. The early bird rate for only $79 expires tomorrow, the 30th. That is the last day to get the $79 rate, and then it goes up to $99. Okay. So if you can save yourself $20, get yourself registered. If not tonight, tomorrow. Otherwise it'll be $99 after that. And then I think it goes up after that after a certain period of time, but get yourself registered for that for sure.
But before that, we're going to talk about the summit.
Oh, the summit, the legacy.
So before that, August 1st and 2nd we're doing our 5th annual Team Legacy Summit in Berlin, Ohio. So it's going to be that Friday night and then all day Saturday. It's $109 to register, but that includes a catered lunch on Saturday. And so seats are
If you
limited.
stay at the Berlin, they include a hot breakfast too. So
yeah, they have a hot breakfast there at the what's called the Comfort Suites Conference Center there in Berlin. But that's a must attend event. It's close by for most of you on here. To get there, we only have 150 seats in there. We have sold a bunch. And so you don't want to wait till last minute because you may not have a seat left if you wait for that. So that's August 1st and 2nd.
yeah, we're about 2/3 of the way full, and we actually shared from stage that we host this annual event because I think it speaks to the longevity and building a legacy and the culture of our business. And afterwards, of course, we had people wanting to be like, hey, what can I get in on that summit? Right? But obviously we would love most of those seats to be filled with you guys, Team Legacy, right? So make sure that so again, July virtual event, August, you've got the Team Legacy event, which only happens once a year. And by the way, if you didn't already know, all of the cat out of the bag, Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles have agreed to come in, and they are going to be our co-presenters for the entire weekend. So it's just going to be incredible. And then and then September, nothing. And then October, you've got the Momentum Academy that's going to be in Dallas, Texas as well. And then usually there isn't anything in November or December. So make sure you got those dates planned out, mark them, block them, get yourself set up for them, non-negotiables. The details will work themselves out after the fact. So one of they rolled out a couple little carrots, if you will. The first one is for the first quarter, April through June. They're calling it the Drive Era Rank Advance Bonus. So if you enroll between April and June and you achieve an SC1 during your launch period, you're going to earn a double rank advance bonus of $150. So it's already $150. So I believe the total is you end up getting paid $300 bonus. So if you've got someone new coming in, get them to SC1. SC1. I mean, that's what, 1,000, right, Brian? SC1.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,000 volume. Get them to 1,000 in sales volume, and within the launch period. And they're going to end up earning an extra $300 cash on top of the regular commission that they're going to already earn. Plus,
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, SC1's 2,000 of volume. I'm sorry, huh?
Yeah. Okay. 2,000. Okay. And then plus, if you take it a step further, if you go to the next slide, the company rolled out an extra incentive. So you attend Global Convention, And if you personally enroll 2 or more consultants who achieve SC1 within their launch period, and this is through June, by the way, then you can earn an exclusive pair of LifeVantage sneakers. Now, you may not think this is a big deal, and I'll be honest, I was kind of like, shoes, really? I saw these shoes. I want these shoes now. These are Nike shoes. They are sharp. I'm sharing pictures of them on the screen. Julie Boyster was walking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, Julie, I gotta get my hands on those sneakers. They've got the Drive era theme on it with the blue and black checkered flags on it. They're pretty spiffy, I'll tell you. But if you're not going to do, let's say in the Amish community, for those who attended Global, and sneakers we know aren't your thing, we're already working with corporate to put together some fun tools and things that you guys can use in your business. Tablescapes and banners and flip charts and just different things to say, hey, maybe I'm not going to get the sneakers because I can't wear sneakers and it's not allowed in my communities. But guess what? We're going to go ahead and give you extra tools that are going to allow you to be able to still have those home meetings and take them to another level. So, they're always dangling little carrots. I love that. And then here's the other big thing. It was Mind Body. It's the MB Activation Promise. Now, I'm just going to ask this question. You don't necessarily have to answer, but how many of you maybe had someone start on the Mind Body system and then didn't feel like it did anything for them and quit? We have. I mean, I know the product works, right? And weight loss products can be tricky because there's so many different variables. You don't really know if people are doing what they're supposed to be doing in order for the products to be effective. But here's
that's usually the case. I mean, let's be serious. Most of the time, it's someone who thinks it's a silver bullet and takes the product, doesn't change any lifestyle changes. They don't exercise anymore. They don't change their diet and don't see any results from it. And plus they just try it for a few weeks and the research shows that most of the weight loss occurs between weeks 8 and 12. So when people purchase this from us anymore, we are telling them, do reserve judgment until you take this for at least for 12 weeks. Take it for 3 months. Then you're allowed to make a judgment call on whether it's working for you or not. So don't take it for 2 weeks and say, oh, this isn't working. It's working. It's going to take 8 to 12 weeks for the results to show up.
So, before I go ahead and tell you what the company is doing, because they're amazing anyway, and so they're offering this. So they did a new study with the MB Core, and if you remember before, we used to talk about or the Mind Body system. We talked about how it upregulated your GLP-1 hormone by 140%.
150.
You already know that. That's where we were before. Okay. They told us that they are now celebrating a new update, and that is the Mind GLP-1 now is activated by over 200%. 200%. And it's patent pending at this point, you guys. So that's a big deal. That is a huge deal. So the company is coming out with a promise. It's coming out to a promise for you and your customers. So any new customers and consultants who stick with the GLP system for 3 months, right? And if they for some reason, don't love the way that they feel, right? The company is then going to give them a Healthy Glow Essential Stack for free for their 4th month. That's huge. You guys know the value of a Healthy Glow Essential Stack. Oh my goodness. So imagine putting all that together. I mean, I don't know how they wouldn't feel better after that. But the company is willing to say, hey, they're not feeling, we want to expose them to some of our other products. We don't want them necessarily just throw in the towel. Let's go ahead and give them a whole month of collagen and Protandim and all, like that's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, I don't know. I thought that was really cool and exciting. Again, we didn't spend a lot of time talking about products at this event, which I was more than okay with. Everything was just so impactful, and the stories were just, oh my gosh, the stories were just incredible, honestly, across the board. But I don't have all the details, but I'm going to tell you right now because it's the 29th. And for those of you who are lucky enough to be on this call live, for the month of May, we are going to be doing a team incentive. And that team incentive is going to be centered around 15 presentations. So I'm not telling you exactly what's up for grabs and all the details, but I want you to start thinking about this. 15 presentations. What does that mean? That means you're getting your story, the company story, and how we get paid. You're telling someone those 3 things to at least 15 people. Now, if you do a whole meeting and you've got 10 people in the room, that's awesome. But guess what? That only counts as 1 presentation. All right. Don't be like, oh, I've got a meeting schedule. It's great. I'm done. All right. No, 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 no. We want you inviting. That is the secret ingredient, right? To making it to the finish line is always be inviting and filling that funnel. So write it down. Your goal, if you're committed to it, I'm actually going to have a tracker that I will create for those of you that want to print it out and put it up somewhere and tape it on the wall as a constant reminder. Oh, I got to go invite somebody today. Hey, maybe you start asking people if they're open to taking a look at what you're doing, or are they open to taking a look at, a solution for XYZ, and share them that new your story activated video, right? Use the tools. But 15 is going to be the threshold, the minimum. So go ahead and keep that in mind. And there'll be more to come here at the beginning of the new month in May when we have our team call. So that's it. We went a little bit longer, honestly, than I thought, but I enjoyed listening to people kind of share. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Paulette. I appreciate that. It's hard for me.
Can we wrap up with a quote?
Yeah. Hit me.
I got 2 of them here. One product related, and one I think motivational. So one, I heard this from stage, and it was actually from like someone. It was like an SC1 or MC1 who got on stage and said this. I never heard this said before. They describe our products this way, and you feel free to steal this because I'm definitely going to steal this and use this. But she said, "Products. We produce products that honor the wisdom of the body." And I think that's a good way to describe activation. Okay, we produce products that honor the wisdom of the body because of the way activation works. We're already harnessing what the body already knows how to do and what it's supposed to do and what it used to do when it was a kid. So feel free to use that one. And the last quote, we can end on this. Kelly Girardi, who was the astronaut keynote speaker at the event. I feverishly wrote this down, and I probably didn't even write it down the same way she said it, but it was probably the best quote that she had out there. She said, extraordinary things do not fall on successful people. It's that ordinary people figure out that they are capable of extraordinary things. I thought that was cool. So I'll say it again. Extraordinary things do not fall on successful people. It's that ordinary people figure out that they are capable of extraordinary things. That's all I got.
All right, everybody. That's all that we have as well. So thank you again for taking time. Of course, we will have this uploaded to our team YouTube channel before the end of the day tomorrow, as well as on our dial-in calls for our Amish family and friends. Just go and have a kick butt week, okay? Put the pedal to the metal. You're full throttle. Don't give a hoot about what anybody thinks because they're not paying your bills. You drive with passion. You talk to people, and I promise you will find someone who is waiting to hear what you have to offer. So, all right, that's it. Have yourselves a great week, everybody.
We'll see y'all. Bye-bye.